After mass layoffs at MSNBC, Rachel Maddow becomes most hated for her $30 million salary. They're starting to eat their own now. MSNBC is falling apart. Nobody's watching it, and they're having to lay off a bunch of people. And they're looking at Rachel Maddow like, wow, they laying off people, and you're making $30 million. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store where I have I Will Not Comply t-shirts. So check out my t-shirts as well. All right, let's talk about this news. The left-wing media is failing. NBC and MSNBC had to fire 75 staffers earlier this month as their ratings continued to tank. The Wrap reported NBC News and MSNBC are laying off about 75 employees scattered across the networks, a source with knowledge confirmed Thursday to the Wrap. The layoffs are a result of targeted programming and editorial changes that will allow the networks, which have a cumulative workforce of around 3,500 staffers total, to invest in key growth areas, according to the source. Though both branches have recently created hundreds of roles in digital streaming and core television programming, MSNBC and NBC News plans to create new positions in the coming weeks in areas of growth. The news resumes the growing media layoffs bloodbath as CNN and Garnett laid off hundreds of employees across their news operations in December, while BuzzFeed slashed 12% of its workforce, and the Washington Post let go of 10 staffers from its print Sunday magazine. Garnett, which owns USA Today as well as 100 daily papers, are nearly 1,000 weeklies in 44 states, announced that they would axe 6% of its 3,440 person news division. This is what happens when you don't report the news, when you become media hack, when you just push in the government party line. People learn and get hip to that and no longer believe you and want to listen to you. They have less credibility than our Congress. It tells you how bad mainstream media is. No one's paying attention because they know they push their propaganda piece, and people are not looking to them for news information anymore. And this is what happened. If they would have got back to actually reporting and telling the news as it is instead of trying to push stuff, people will actually start watching them. Because even though I'm not a big fan of Fox News aren't having these problems because at least they're telling a little bit more of the news than the rest of the mainstream media. Again, I'm not caping for Fox News because they do some horrible stuff as well. But there's now a backlash against liberal host Rachel Maddow at the network. According to the news report, Rachel Maddow went from being a hero among those at the network to the most hated. Rachel Maddow signed a $30 million deal and now only works 1 day a week at the network. It's crazy. $30 million and you're only working 1 day a week. And no wonder people are feeling resentful towards her. Radar Online reported MSNBC later morale is at an all-time low at MSNBC after nearly 70 behind-the-scenes staffers were kicked to the curb, and the mass firing has left survivors fuming over cable host Rachel Maddow's $30 million deal, RadarOnline.com has learned. MSNBC hotshot Maddow hauls home the hefty annual salary despite whittling down her on-air responsibilities at the network to 1 day per week after inking her 2021 deal. Quote, Rachel has gone from being the hero of the network to the most hated, dished an insider. Quote, people in TV are not rich. The hosts are rich. Everyone else is struggling to pay their rents and raise their families, the source added. Maddow is just another limousine liberal. I mean, she can care less about what's going on in the network. She's just going to continue to come in her 1 day a week and spew her propaganda and go home. She can care less, and that's why people are resenting her now. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out democrapublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.